On this week's show, Zennith set for screen, Warhammer 40k set for a new edition, and Fallout set for a tabletop. Hello and welcome to the Fantasy News Show from the Bottled Imp. My name is Ken Boyter and this is your weekly fix of fantasy goodness. First up, Catalyst Game Lab announce new Dungeons & Dragons deck building card game. Dragonfire is a 3 to 6 player deck building card game set within the realms of Dungeons & Dragons. Players choose from several class fantasy races, which are, for example, dwarf to elf, half-orc to human, and assume one of the qualities, such as a cleric, rogue, fighter, or wizard. They're classes, not qualities. Anyway, that's being pedantic. Yes, they are equipped with weapons, spells, and magical items. Players begin their adventures along the famed Sword Coast, then journey to other Forgotten Realms locales such as Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter and Waterdeep in future expansions. Along the way, players can level up their characters, find additional equipment and learn new feats, and obviously lots more. They have a list of contents yet to be finalised, but so far the contents are Dungeon 1 Encounter Deck, Dungeon 2 Encounter Deck, Wilderness 1 Encounter Deck, it all sounds exciting, doesn't it? City 1 Encounter Deck, Adventurers 2 Encounter Deck, Market Deck, Magical Items Deck, Character Deck, Adventure Cards, Adventure Booklets, Sticker Sheets, Tokens, Plastic Clips, don't necessarily like the sound of that, but anyway, and a rule book, obviously. It does sound very, very exciting. I do play Dungeons & Dragons, so if you play Dungeons & Dragons, this could be the card game you're looking for. There is no release date as of yet, but you can find out more if you visit www.dragonfirethegame.com, and we will put the link in the description. The Xanth novels are set for film or television adaptation. Piers Anthony's long-running fantasy saga set in the land of Xanth, filled with magicians and mythological creatures, may be joining the recent spate of fantasy series adapted for the silver screens. According to Variety magazine producer Stephen Paul's SP Entertainment Group, who brought us Ghost in the Shell and Ghost Rider, is launching development of both Xanth novels both in either as a feature film or a television series. So they're kind of muting the idea of maybe doing both. The Xanth series began way back in 1977 with A Spell for Chameleon, which set the scene for all the books that have followed. A fantastical land where every inhabitant possesses some measure of talent or magic, except poor Bink, yes, whose magic has not manifested, and therefore it's the journey of his manifestation of magic. Paul has not yet announced which book or books would make it to the film and which to the TV series, nor if the structure will match the multimedia adaptations of Patrick Rothfuss's The King Killer Chronicles or Stephen King's The Dark Tower, with the main action happening in the film and the supplementary stories branching off through the TV series. It's very early on in its development stages, as you can probably tell, and as yet there's no release date. New edition of Warhammer 40k announced by Games Workshop, marking 30 years of Warhammer 40k. This latest version promises a fresh start, with a sleek core rule set that will be recognisable to existing players. This edition will allow you to play more games in less time and fully supports open narrative and matched play. Games Workshop have reassured players that all... I won't do that all the way through. They've reassured players that all current armies will be supported within the new rules, as will every Warhammer 40k miniatures that they currently sell today, including Warhammer 40k Forged World, so be rest assured on that. They have also stated that the core rules will be free, with several options on how to get hold of those rules will be announced. There's going to be a new starter box set as well. No release date has been announced, and you can find out more answers because they do have a good question. Facts and questions and answers. Anyway, you can find out more by visiting www.warhammer-community.com. The universe of the highly popular Fallout video game series is coming to a tabletop near you. Imagine that. Fallout Wasteland Warfare is a new miniatures war game coming from I knew I wouldn't be able to pronounce this. I don't even think I practiced, which is very naughty of me. Morpheus Entertainment, who are behind the Star Trek adventures. The game will be set in the Fallout universe, where players build their own crews to build and develop settlements using a variety of factions and allies from the series. Currently, there are at least 30 resin miniatures planned, including characters and iconic set pieces like turrets and the Nuka-Cola machine. Fallout Wasteland Warfare includes a narrative campaign arc as well as a random missions with narrative-style objectives to earn crew caps for perks and weapons. There are cooperative missions for players to engage in together, as well as PvP scenarios and tournaments where players are pitted against each other. Plus, the game comes with a solo AI deck that can be customised for each player's strengths and weaknesses. Fallout Wasteland Warfare is due to come out this November, and you can find out more by visiting their website, which is I'll just spell it, www.modiphius.com. The Faerie Festival comes to the countryside of East Sussex once again. The 3-day festival celebrates all things magical and mystical. There are lots of activities and entertainment happening, which include live music, various workshops, circus skills area, fire shows, like the sound of that, kids activities, food stalls, camping, with hot showers and flush loos. Oh, the luxury. Plus, there's a fairy market village to explore too. The event is being held in the Pleasant Rise Farm in Alfriston, East Sussex in England between the 19th and 21st of May. And you can find out more and order your tickets by going to magicfestivals.co.uk. Kickstarter news. The Museum of Musing Image in New York City are to host the Jim Henson Exhibition. The Jim Henson Exhibition will be a dynamic celebration exploring the work of Jim Henson, the creative genius behind the Muppets, and his unique contributions to popular culture. The exhibition will feature more than 40 original puppets, including Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy, Elmo, Cookie Monster, the Fraggles, and a Skeksis from the Dark Crystal, personally one of my favourites, as well as puppet prototypes, original character sketches, rare behind-the-scenes footage and photography, and interactive puppetry design and performance experiences. The sections of the exhibitions will be devoted to Henson's early work for television and film during the 1950s and 60s, in which his unbridled imaginations, wit and capacity for creative innovations were clearly established. Also Sesame Street, where his remarkably expressive puppets have delighted children for generations, obviously. And The Muppet Show and The Muppets feature films will have an indelible impact on popular culture. They have had that. And the imaginary world of Fraggle Rock, sound like Jonathan Ross there, Fraggle Rock and the Dark Crystal, and also Labyrinth will feature. So I am very excited about it. This sounds brilliant. Plus there's going to be a travelling exhibition as well. The Jim Henson Exhibition Imagination Unlimited will tour around the USA and the rest of the world. The tour kicks off in the Seattle's Museum of Pop Culture on May the 20th, 2017. They have reached all their stretch goals, plus they have plenty of levels for you to pledge if you would like to do so. It smashed its target and it finishes on the 11th of May. Collette J Ellis is fundraising for her fantasy sketch art book. The project is a soft cover art book featuring sketches and works in progress by the dragon and fantasy illustrator Collette J Ellis. Collette says, "The aim of this project is to share with you my scribbled thoughts, thumbnails and development process. The book also features a number of step-by-step progressions to give the viewer an understanding of how my artwork develops from thumbnail sketch to finished illustration. Half of the money raised is going to Pancreatic Cancer UK, which is a charity aimed at supporting with people with dealing with the disease. The book will be A5 in size, which is 5.8 by 8.3 inches, and that's 60 pages wire-bound book. Now the artwork does look stunning. I love what she's doing. She draws loads of dragons and various fantasy creatures. Very detailed work. It looks beautiful. It's already funded and it finishes on the 21st of May. Terrain Crate are plastic affordable fantasy terrain for your RPGs, dungeon crawlers and war games. Created by Mantic Games, Terrain Crate is a new range of detailed pre-assembled plastic scenery to create your perfect custom dungeon or battlefield. All the pieces are hard-wearing coloured plastic and pre-built, meaning that all the scenery pieces are ready straight from the box. There are 3 Terrain Crate sets to pledge for. They are the they are the Drunk Crate. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Just all drinking. It's the Dungeon Crate, which is 82 pieces. There's Battlefield Crate, which is 65 pieces, and the Town Crate, which is 70 pieces. They also have 6 extra mini sets as well as add-ons, and they've got lots of stretch goals, and they have been unlocked as well. They do look really, really cool, very detailed. Yeah, I've got a soft spot for little miniatures and figures like this. They have smashed their target, as you probably would imagine, and the campaign finishes on the 14th of May. Bottled Imp news. I will be signing copies of my book, The Legends of Grimace Ironblood, this Sunday at the Harlow Comic Con. Yes, I'll be there selling and signing my book. It's the first time that Harlow has actually held one of these events, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle it. It looks pretty cool so far. They've got lots of special guests that are going to be there, and they've also got lots of cosplay people that they've invited along. So it does look like it's going to be a bit of a hit. And if you are in the area, please pop along and say hello. I'll be there. Who knows, it might just be me on my own. Hopefully it won't be. Hopefully I'll be selling books. Anyway, it's at the Harlow Leisure Zone in Essex. On this week's Friday Fantasy Show, we're going to be taking a look at the young adult fantasy novel The Raystone by C.L. Gristwood. So remember to check that out this Friday. But that's all we have time for, fellow imps. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, we have set up a Facebook group where you can come along and chat and hang out and post things up all about fantasy. Just go to Facebook, search for the Bottled Imp Fellowship, click join, and we'll add you in. Until next time, remember to keep it unreal, especially if you're selling books.